How we doing today, man? Yesterday we obviously blew our account, and a big thing I kind of tried to just do was remember it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's just trading. You have to bounce back. You have to do better. I've proven to myself and to this channel that I'm a good trader. I've proven that. End of June, July, and August, I did really, really well. Trade really, really well. Trade discipline. I saw that it works, right? But what was things that I made? I still made mistakes, and today you guys can see the trade I took, but it didn't go this smooth. It didn't go this smooth, right? Which is like, oh, this looks like a really easy trade. Like, why did it not go that smooth? So we ended up making $300 today, 100 on each of the Apex accounts. Hopefully, we can get the payout. Again, we'll get another $1,500 payout, which would be very, very, very nice if we can get this balance up to 26,600. So about $200 more dollars each account. That would be very, very, very nice, especially if it gets approved again. That would be huge. That'd be $3,000 on the month from trading payouts. That's crazy. But I need not to focus on that too much. Let's go over the let's go over the day. Actually, I kind of want to just talk real quick about every just different things I was thinking about coming into today. So anyways, right, a big thing with trading. Oh yeah, one thing. I didn't trade these accounts or this account. I blew the other one because there's a glitch right now. Which is if you hit the daily loss violation, it's just not going away. So honestly, I'm looking at it as just like a justice punishment. I'm glad that I'm getting punished for trading terribly yesterday. I deserve this. I deserve to not even be able to trade this account. So I'm actually like weirdly kind of just like, okay, cool. I'm kind of happy with that because I don't even deserve. Did not deserve to be able to trade these accounts because of how stupid I traded yesterday. So that being said, yeah, I didn't trade these accounts because of that. I don't know why. I think it's a glitch. I looked in their Discord and they were mentioning that. So those accounts did not get touched today. We just made the $300 here. And yeah, we blew the account yesterday. It's really frustrating because, I can do much better than that. I'm starting to mark out the open, midnight open, 8:30 open, 10 a.m. open as well again now to try and just kind of like look for it more. Shout out Powell. I just saw him break down stuff, and I'm not gonna like change to top and bottom taking at all, but I'm gonna use it in Confluence and kind of use it as like reference points because the biggest thing with my trading is just I need to get better at trading off key levels more and like be more aware. I'll kind of go over that when I go over the charting analysis for today, but. One thing I want to say that is frustrating is that even when I was trading really, really well, that period that I was trading really, really well, I got the payouts and stuff. I still was doing a few things where when I started getting to a point, right, when I was in deep drawdown, right, if you guys remember the time where I was bringing the account from $1,500 of drawdown with $200 left on the XFA and got my first payout from that account, if you guys remember that, then you obviously remember that I just started taking one trade a day and I started I would get in the trade, I'd set my risk, like 2 micros, and I would hold to my take profit. I wouldn't go break even early and I would let it play out. And I found a lot of success doing that. But as soon as I started actually getting out of drawdown, right, $1,500 negative, you follow your rules, it doesn't matter, you think the account's gone, right? I started chipping away, started getting closer, closer, closer. And eventually I'm like $400 drawdown, $300 drawdown, $200 negative, right? Starting to think, oh wow, like I have some winning days. I'm close, like I could maybe get a payout from this account, my first ever time. And the payout being possible, the payout being right there, being possible and potential, I started trading worse. It's just a psychological phenomenon, I think, with trading that just the more weight you attach to something, the worse you trade. It's kind of like when it took me a year and a half to pass an evaluation account. Now I can pass it in 2 days, not because I'm risking 2 micros, but I can pass it in 2 days trading with full contracts. I couldn't even get lucky back in the day because I put so much emphasis, so much pressure on something that didn't matter, right? Because I wanted it so bad. I wanted to hit a dollar amount. That's what props are designed to do. They're designed to have, hey, you're going to do this amount, you're going to make this amount, and then once you make $3,000, you get a past account. And then once you do $200 days. So now you're so focused on $200 days, you're so focused on dollar amount, you're so focused on payouts, you're focused on passing accounts, that you're not even focused on your trading, right? So the best I trade is when I'm down on the day, right? Sometimes I hold my trades better than ever when I'm down. Why? Because I need to get up here anyways to make my money back today, so I'm not going to close it early. So I trade better when I'm down or when my account's in drawdown. When I'm right at the payouts, when I'm like, again, what happened right before the payout on the Apex Alpha Futures account that I just blew, right? I was $70 away and I decided to take a trade pre-market. For what reason? I have no idea, right? Besides the fact that I just wanted to make money. So I closed the trade up. I opened a trade pre-market for no reason, literally no reason, and blew that account up. And another problem I tend to run into is once I have a really bad day where I blow 1,000 a day, I'm much more likely to blow the account within the next few days because I'm just frustrated and whatever. That's why that account got blown so quick, is because I just wanted to make back the money that I didn't feel like I was deserved to be down, right? This is a big thing. You have to really, really analyze every single decision and every single thing that triggers you. What are your triggers? For me, it was I'm so close to a payout. Now it feels like it actually matters, right? When I wasn't in the payout, my first day on the account or on that account, I had a really nice $200 something day, beautiful trade, beautiful take profits, boom, day done, right? The next day I took another really good $100 something trade, boom, great day, right? And then what happened? It felt too real. I'm like 1 or 2 trades away, 1 or 2 days away from a payout. So then what happens? You start overanalyzing everything. You start making dumb decisions. You start forcing things. You start trying to make money. You start trying to gamble. And that's what happened. And then what happens after that? Once you make the mistakes and you lose $1,000 or you lose a lot of money on an account that you don't feel like you should have lost. Why? Because I was right there at a payout and I made a dumb choice. I knew better. I knew it was dumb, but I still did it. So then after I made that dumb decision, right, what happens the next sessions? Well, I'm trying to force my hand into it. I'm trying to get bigger wins. I'm trying to hit big wins, right? So what happens the next? I make a $377 day. Great day, right? Great day across the accounts. But then what happens? My account's right there again. I'm so close to getting it back. Let me just make a little bit more. And you want it right now. So you have to remove the timeline, focus on your trade execution. And that's the hardest part because that's the most obvious thing. Focus on your trades, your entries, your entry criteria. That's it. Focus on the trades you're taking. That literally is all that matters. Yet somehow we overcomplicate things, or I overcomplicate things, and I just put all this excess pressure and excess matter on things that don't matter, right? So for example, right, or not for example, all you have to do is enter a trade that's your model and it looks good with proper risk, know when to step away on the day. If you're down 1 or 2 trades and you're not really seeing anything, just trade what you see. But for whatever reason, I started doing things. Yesterday, I wanted longs. I didn't take a A+ setup, and it went and hit my take profit. What I do? I entered beyond that. Doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And I go and lose, and then I kept losing, blow the account. On a day where I didn't even have a trade. I didn't even have a trade yesterday. I blew an account. That's ridiculous, right? But you can be frustrated. You can sit and feel sorry for yourself, or you can say, you know what? I kind of take it as a positive thing. Why? Because, look, this is the mistake I just made. This is such an avoidable mistake. This is so avoidable. All I got to do is just not do this thing. So even when I was trading really well, when I started getting closer to that payout for the first ever time, I stopped holding my trades as well. I started going break even earlier. Why? Because, I'm just 2 days away. I'm just 1 winning day away from my first ever payout. So then what happens? I'm going break even right when the trade starts going because I don't want to lose, because then I'll be 2 days away now instead of 1 day away. So then what I do? Then I went onto a fresh XFA account and ran that up the first 2 days of that account. Perfect $200 days, no problem. Why? Because it's my first day. I need 5 more $200 days. So why do I even care? Like, that doesn't matter one day. Like, if I lose or win, whatever, it's first day. But after that second and third $200 day, I started getting my own way again. Started trading worse. I started closing trades earlier. I started going break even earlier. And it's just, you start getting emotional. So what happened today, and why am I talking about this? Because, again, it happened again today. And I'll go over that. So what happened today, I was really happy with my patience, right? Market opened. I was really bullish. I'll just do an analysis here. I need to pause. I got to go get some medicine for I'm itching like crazy. Okay, I'll be back. Obviously, it'll be like 1 second for you guys, but I'm just going to pause this. Well, this pause actually took a little bit of time because I thought I was just going to take some medicine, but I got an affiliate code with Tradeify now, but very, 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 very unfortunately, to the point where I don't even know how I'll be able to promote Tradeify because they don't have code Diego. As you guys know, on Apex, My Fund of Futures, Take Profit Trader, and Alpha Futures, I have code Diego, which is very convenient because I can just say use code Diego. On Tradeify only Tradeify, it's code DB. Very, very dead. Very, very lame to say that. But I have a code with them now. It's going to be very hard to try and promote that with that code switch up because, I don't want to confuse people that use my code on the other sites. So I'm not really sure. I have literally no idea who would be using code Diego. I don't know, bro. I don't know, what I'm going to do with that information. But as you guys can see here, It's code DB. Yeah, it's dumb, very dumb, very very dumb. Code Diego and every other firm, like you guys can see down there, Alpha, Take Profit Trader, My Fund of Futures, Apex. But for whatever reason, we just got Tradeify, which I guess is better than nothing, better than not having it. But don't use Code Diego on Tradeify because it's not going to me. It's not going to me. So anyways, let's just get into that. I'd rather I don't know, dude. It's almost like frustrating because I just feel like that's gonna somehow like really negatively impact. I don't know. We'll see. But code DB, lame ass code. Oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. What can you do about it, right? What are you gonna do about it? So going into the analysis, right? SMT at the lows here, coming to the morning on this new week opening gap, which is pretty important. You know, we swept out all this liquidity. We have the all-time highs. We're bullish on the higher time frames. So I really like the fact that, you know, we were in this range. We swept Asia low right here with SMT. We started getting displacement off open, right before open. Really nice trade you could have taken would have been this 5-minute inversion right here. I didn't get that. And I was wanting to see a trade to these highs. But as you can see, we just blasted right through them. Just straight up through all of them. Literally no entry. And this is what I was happy about. I was just patient, right? So what was my next target, right? What was the next target? Well, this blue line up here. This is kind of like a low liquidity pool that I liked, right? Because this leg down on this overall move. So it's a nice 15-minute swing high. So I was like, okay, cool. We're drawing. Once we get this strong close above here, this confirms that we're going to keep drawing higher. So I was like, okay, let me drop down and wait, right? I can't fun with this. So this is the one thing I'm really happy about that I want to kind of pat myself on the back for is this is market open. We went straight up. Looked like we were just gonna take out my draw on liquidity for the day, and then I started seeing this my bread and butter setup. You guys have seen me take this setup so many times. My bread and butter setup, which was right. We waited and look. A lot of people probably got faked out in this move. I didn't even think about taking a trade here. Because this is just not a good entry, and I'll go over why. Right, the reason I don't like this entry at all, and a lot of people probably got faked out. Why? Right, a lot of people were probably like, "Oh my gosh, we tagged a 5-minute gap right here. We have a 5-minute gap. We're getting legs up. We have a whatever 1-minute inversion, whatever you want to see here. Right, this 1-minute inversion. Oh, we got an order block here. Change of state delivery. We're bouncing off this order block. Why is that a no good trade? Why is it no good whatsoever? Well. The reason this trade is no good is because we have midnight open here. We're still generating liquidity. We have no clear inversion for value gap. And yeah, midnight open right here. And also an unfilled 15-minute, which was my thing I want to see here, right? So 10 a.m. open. This is 10 a.m. open, marked out. We manipulate only lower, right, into this 15-minute gap right here, right, into this 15-minute gap, which is midnight open, right? The midnight open price tags into it. With nice SMT on midnight open. So if we look here internally on these internal candles, right, this candle strikes midnight open. We resweep here, and ES doesn't. So ES does not resweep this internal low. So that's the SMT. That's the midnight open tag, and then also ES was a lot lower to here. So ES was SMT with this low, right? So that all being said, I really like this area for reversal. Right, this fair value gap was holding. We tag into this 15-minute gap, right? 945, this is the low. This is a 15-minute gap that we hadn't traded to. We trade into it. We get a little SMT internally. And then, boom, we get nice displacement through this fair value gap. I enter here. I didn't love this trade because, like, the stop loss is a little bit weird. I kind of just had it loosely around, like, here. And then I entered the trade, and this is where I made the mistake I was telling you guys about. Right? I just need to stop being so determined to go break even. Why am I always going break even? Why am I always going break even? Well, because I don't want to lose. That's that simple, right? I get into the trade around here, and I didn't want to lose 120 bucks or whatever I would have lost on the 2 micros. So, and also too, live time, if you guys were watching the charts, this candle printed really quick. Like, it really shot up quick. So, when we shot really quick, I was like, there was a crazy volatility on this candle. Like, I again, if you saw it live, this was a 30-point candle, but it happened like seconds. It was down here and then like flipped up really quick. So a lot of times when the volatility starts happening like that, you want to see it just continue ripping, and I just got like just kind of scared and put my stop at break even. So I saw, okay, we were ripping up. Oh, this is like a nice point. But look, we never even take out that swing high. We make equal highs. That should give me more conviction we're going to go higher. One thing I did tell myself, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to definitely rebalance to this 30-minute gap first, and then we're going to go higher, which was underneath my stop loss, the 30-minute gap that we were creating. So I was like worried that we were going to make the 30-minute gap. Like the 30-minute gap opened right here on this candle, 10:30. So I was like, maybe we're going to come down one more time, which is just dumb. And what was so unfortunate was that I got stopped at break even here and had to re-enter. I re-entered on this trade whenever I saw this candle, like halfway through this candle. I got in, still targeting the high for about 25 points. I got in around like this candle because I realized, okay, I went to break even way too early, got in around here. This was a pullback, right, just to pull back to this order block. We're not just going to go straight up, right? Something I know, but I made a fear-based decision to close my trade early or go to break even early, and then this one played out. So that cost me profits, right? That cost me profits. I would have made like $40 more, which isn't in the grand scheme like that crazy different, but I mean, it costs profits. And it would just be way more convenient to not have to re-enter, not have to get stopped at break even. And I should just never go break even here. So that's just a fear-based decision, right? We manipulated under 10 a.m. open, right? 10 a.m. open, comes in, drops lower. We leave these highs. This high comes in. This is a really nice signature that this is all going to get ran at once. So what happens? We run it once, have a little rejection, and then run through it all at once, right? All three of the low resistance highs at once. This is a really good bread and butter entry. It just wanted to come back down to the entry point a few times, rejected, and then win. And this is a perfect trade. And notice after the objectives got taken, we've been a lot more choppy. Look at the day, right? We move up, pull back, move up. After this move, chop, right? That makes sense. The objective's taken. So a lot to learn from today, a lot to reflect on and analyze. I'm happy with the day in the sense of spotting it, but I'm disappointed with my fear-based decisions, which is directly to, I would never go break even here if this is a paper trade. Why? Because I took the paper trade. I took the trade for a reason because I know where I want to see market go to. I saw my setup. And on paper, you're not going to just go break even early. Why? Because paper, it doesn't matter if you lose. But in real markets, if the market did drop from here and drop to my stop loss, I would lose. I would lose money. So knowing that, I made a decision that wasn't rational, that wasn't smart, that was a mistake. And I make this mistake a lot. And it's like, oh, like, learn from your mistakes. I mean, yeah, but I make this mistake because genuinely, like, that's the hardest part of trading, for me at least. For me, I find the hardest part of trading is just holding my trades properly. Just doing what I need to do. Doing what I need to do in the markets, which is just hold the trade because it's what you're supposed to do. And if you look at this chart in hindsight, right, this makes so much sense. I mean, we did edge this, and that would have been kind of annoying. But, like, this chart makes a lot of sense, right? We get this reaction from our key level. We get displacement, boom, entry, right? What happens? We pull back down to the entry, right? Because we went straight up. We get a pullback to rebalance price, and then we get the leg up. Before we put in this swing high, I can't go break even when a swing high is getting formed because I don't know where the swing low is, right? It's just how the market moves. Low, high, low, high, right? Like, it's just how the market's moving. Swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high. But you don't know where the swing high and low is until they get formed. Like, I can't just go break even hoping for the go up, right? Why not? Because I haven't even seen the swing high get formed. Just like here, right? You can't have your stop loss, like, you can't put in this swing low and put your stop loss here because that doesn't invalidate your trade. Notice when we flip order flow, when we invalidate a swing high, right? We run above it. We trade above it, reuse the support, and go higher, right? Then that's why you could get stopped out here because this is a swing point. A new low gets put in. Okay, I can trail my stop here. I can trail my stop here. I can trail my stop here, right? So it's just a dumb decision. Didn't end up costing us on the day, but it's just the small things I got to get better at. The small things that add up. It's just, I know live time, don't go break even, but fear-based, I don't want to lose. I don't want to go down on the account. I want to get this next payout because I know if I can just keep stacking $100 days, I will be sitting with a nice payout of $1,500, man. So I just gotta lock in a little bit more. I just gotta say, you know what? I'm not that afraid. Not that afraid. Just do what I need to do, man. That's the day. Perfect day. Perfect execution. Look at these levels. Midnight open perfectly, right? Traded down to it. Low SMT internal. Great bread and butter model. This is a beautiful day. But yet it wasn't that beautiful for me because I still make fear-based decisions. I'm still nervous in the trade. And I think that comes down to experience. It's going to come down to market experience at the end of the day, saying, you know what? I trust this. I have to get to the point where I've seen this play out so many times. I guess I just don't trust it. I just don't trust my model yet enough. Even though I've seen it work all the time. I've seen so many times how it cost me to not trust, right? Trust is a very difficult thing to build, and you just have to build it slowly over time. So yeah, take advantage, dude. Apex dropped 80% off sale with $85 activation fees. We have CPI tomorrow. If you guys want easy funding, get a Alpha Futures Zero plan. It's 30% off right now, so it makes it like $70. You can literally full port those things for CPI tomorrow and get your payout, or not payout. You can pass an account for $70. You can have a funded account on Alpha Futures. Code Diego and Apex, right? You can do the same thing. You can full port accounts on CPI and get a funded account basically just passed with no even effort. My Funded Future, Take Profit Trader. Hopefully tomorrow is good with CPI. But if you want to use the CPI method, use Code Diego on all of the prop firms listed there on that green text you guys can read. And if you want a Tradeify account, if you want to use Tradeify, I'm new with Tradeify now. Code DB, unfortunately. So every other prop firm, I'm Code Diego. Tradeify, whatever you want to call it. Code DB. So who will be the first one to get a Tradeify account with Code DB? You let me know. And I'm thinking about doing, I lost my train of thought completely. But yeah, that's unfortunate that I don't get to use Code Diego for there. But Code Diego and every other prop firm, you guys already know that. But Tradeify, yeah, they kind of screwed your boy. But it is what it is. Better than nothing, I guess. So I appreciate every single person that uses my code, supports the channel, watches the channel, keeps up with all my videos, even when I look like I'm being an idiot and losing and blowing accounts, right? We will get past this finish line. We're getting better slowly but surely. I promise you guys, we're gonna do great things with our trading, and it'll be really fun and cool to see. So that's my recap for the day. That's the trade. I love this trade, man. Interesting day, right? But just gotta keep going, man. Keep improving, and good things will happen. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys for, just tuning into the channel and watching this journey grow. So, Code Diego on Apex and Alpha Futures are the only ones really running crazy discounts right now. Obviously, pick up any other firm if you want. And I will see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys. Peace.